This Sunday afternoon. Sheboygan a winner in game one by a score of 3-0. We mentioned the fine game Eric Schmitz had. I had a chance to talk with Eric between games, and I said the word in the press box was, "Is Eric coming out for the seventh inning?" And he said, "I couldn't not come out." So it's good to see that attitude being taken. And then he said, I asked him who's pitching game 4 or game 2 today. And he said Brad Reinflesch, and Brad was complaining about too much pressure on him to pitch a shutout. And I said, well, the real pressure is, can he go a game without any walks? So we'll have to see about that. But Addison's lineup, Max Westkiewicz is going to lead it off, playing third base. Batting second, Jack Wade at second. Batting third, the first baseman, Harry Fondre. Batting fourth, the catcher, Alex Lugo. He's a good one. Batting fifth, last game's leadoff hitter is Kyle Campbell. He's out in the center field again. J.D. Swarbrick is in right field today, batting sixth. Hitting seventh, the shortstop, Jack Fryer. Batting eighth, Caden Manis, the DH. Caden was DHing last game also. And then batting ninth, Cooper Olson. Olson playing in left field. It'll be Lucas and Mike bringing you the ball game this second game. Emma, like I mentioned during game one, is on a taking care of family matters. The umpires for this ball game, John Applegran moves from the bases to home plate, and Peyton Kelling, who had a very nice game behind the plate in game one, will be on the bases. Count is 2-1 to Westkiewicz, leadoff hitter.
That shutout brought the scoreless streak to 22 innings now for the Addison Braves.
Oh, pressure's on. Couple of close pitches being called strikes, evens the count at 2-2.
Looks like he's giving him that inside edge, kind of.
Yes.
For Reinflesch.
Pitch just off the outside corner, makes it full. Reinflesch comes in with a 1-3 record. Line drive over the shortstop's head for a base hit. Defensively, we have Harry at first, Hackbarth at second, Neese at third, Hanselman at short, Ames, Walker, and Zackerson in the outfield, left to right. Ian Mary, the catcher, and of course Brad Reinflesch is the pitcher. Brad making his 6th appearance and his 5th start. Has a fine ERA, 3.08. In 26 and a third innings, Brad has 36 strikeouts. He's the big strikeout guy.
Broke that single season strikeout record last year.
Oh, great job, Lucas. Wade in the first game went 1 for 3. Addison, like I mentioned, in game one is coached by Larry Kurkowski, a longtime coach.
Wade didn't play at all yesterday, but started at second game one and is back there for game two, obviously.
2-1 pitch coming up. A foul tick right into the mitt of Ian. Ian Mary in his 14th game this year. He played yesterday too.
Game one.
Okay, so it's 15th game. Brad is a head baseball coach for West Bend West High School. He and Harry coach that team.
Yeah. I was just gonna ask that. Was that the one he does with Harry?
Yeah, that's why sometimes, early in the year when
Yeah.
the WIA is in their playoffs or finishing out the regular season, if one is gone, they're both going to be gone
Yeah.
because they're working together. Pitch in the dirt, and Waskevich will give him a stolen base, running on the pitch.
Early trouble for Rindflesh. He's got a man on second, no one out. Full count here, Jack Wade. I'm at second.
Pitch is down low. Runners now on first and second with nobody out.
Rindflesh does work a lot of deep counts. Throws a lot of pitches.
What he'll do, Lucas, is make your pitch counter work overtime.
Yes.
Harry Fondre is up next. Harry had a couple of nice plays over at first base in game one for the Braves. There he drills one out to center field. And making the catch is Gus Walker.
Just as you say, deep counts. First pitch.
Yeah, that'll help. Alex Lugo. If Sheboygan can beat Addison in this game, the all-time record between these two clubs will go to 100 wins for Sheboygan versus 47 losses. They've had a lot of success over the years against Addison. Our first game was a snappy 1 hour and 35 minutes, Lucas. That was a quick one.
Not much trouble on the bases for either teams.
That's what happens when you have pitchers throwing
Yeah.
strikes. Our game time temperature for this ball game is all the way up to 66. Oh, Rindflesh makes a bad throw, and the first run of the weekend is scored by Addison on that errant throw.
Had a chance, maybe at a double play, would have been tough, but they should have at least gotten one. Second time, the A's have had what could have been a double play. Bad throw.
Yeah,
over
the
second.
last one was that bad toss from the shortstop to the second baseman. This time it was from the pitcher to the shortstop, I believe it was, covering there. That should be an unearned run because he scored all the way. Addison still has runners on first and second. Well, Lucas, they scored their one run for the weekend.
Yeah. Now I
Time
can't
for us to get a couple.
can't say the stat anymore.
It was a nice play by Brad, being
Yeah.
able to catch that one hopper back to the mound.
Hopefully Sheboygan can get to Cardoza so that the one run kind of doesn't even matter.
The only two changes in the A's lineup this ball game is Ames in left instead of Sims, and Ian Mary catching instead of Perez. Rindflesh trying to limit the damage. Ball is popped up out of play.
Another full count.
Yeah, Kyle Campbell hanging in there.
Campbell was the leadoff hitter for the first 3 games of the weekend, and now he finds himself in the 5 spot.
He was 1 for 3 in game 1, the double. Pitch is called, strike 3. Campbell thought he had the walk, but that not the case. Now there are 2 outs.
Applegren is really giving Rhineflesh some pitches on that outside corner.
J.D. Schwarbrick, the right fielder of this game, he was over at third base in game 1, is up. J.D. had a sacrifice, and then he reached twice on fielder's choices. Bouncing ball up the middle. Hanselman's flip over to Hackbarth for the force play, and that ends the first inning, but Addison scores a run.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Welcome back to Wildwood Park for the bottom of the first inning. Today's starting pitcher for the Asset Braves is Alex Cardoza, and comes in with a 4.91 ERA. Again, the third pitcher this weekend with more walks than strikeouts. 6 walks to 4 strikeouts, 6 earned runs in 11 innings.
Gus Walker is going to lead it off for Sheboygan. It's a little fly ball out to left. That'll drop for a hit. Gus with his first hit of the day. We mentioned Gus's 15 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Let's see what Tim Moyer does with him in this situation.
Lugo did have that one nice throwdown. I forgot who he got, but it was one throwdown to second that was right on the money.
Jaden Hackbarth squares like he was going to bunt and then took the pitch for a ball.
It was Zackerson was the one he threw out at second base in game 1.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I got it written down. It happened in the 5th inning. That was after he hit that pop-up on the infield that was dropped.
Scored 2.
Ball is hit out in the center field. Almost misjudging it was Campbell, but he's able to come in and make the one-handed catch. That brings up Harry Stelt. See if they try to get Gus in the scoring position for Harry. Kenny Nazy is coaching third. Sometimes the manager, even though he's not coaching out on the bases may flash the signs from the dugout. Pitch looked a little outside, but was called a strike. 1-1.
Harry's still looking for that first hit of the weekend.
Ooh, that's tough. Harry tapped that one at home plate. It rolls foul. One ball and 2 strikes. Gus started the inning with a single to left. He's still over at first base. There's a line drive base hit to center field. Gus is going to hold at second. Good decision by Gus. Campbell with a nice arm out and left in center.
Finally, some solid contact gets down for Harry.
Yeah. Finally, it's not at somebody's glove. Brady Zackerson up next.
Didn't have a hit last game, but he was on base twice.
Coming into the weekend, he was hitting .350. And both runners were on the move on that pitch. But Brady fouled it off. Now they're going to have to return. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Zackerson trying to get a run in or more. One pitch coming up by Cardoza. Ball is popped into center field, pretty deep actually. And he lost it in the sun. Campbell, tough break for Addison. It was a ball that could have been caught, but he lost it in the sun. Brady gets a hit, and the A's, Sheboygan A's, now have the bases loaded with only 1 out, and Jacob Neese up.
Couple times now this weekend. Combs in yesterday, then third baseman Swarbrick earlier in game 1, and now it's Campbell in center. Looked like earlier in this inning he had trouble with the line out from Hackbarth.
See if Sheboygan can capitalize. Pitch in the dirt, gets away, but Jacob got hit. Jacob hit by a pitch, forces in a run. We're tied at 1.
Looks like they will capitalize.
Yep. Anyway to get that run in. And that brings up the DH, Alex Perez. Alex drills one out to right. It's going to be caught, but it should score a run. Harry coming in hard, and he will score. Give Alex Perez a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Harry doing a great job of getting right back to the base to tag up Lucas.
Yeah. Especially it wasn't too deep, so you may want to make sure you get as much time as possible.
Next up is Chase Hanselman. Chase was out between games signing autographs along with Alex and Harry. Good swing, but a miss. Chase was 2 for 2 in game 1. Drove in Sheboygan's first run. Line drive, base hit. Sheboygan will take the lead, and it gets away all the way to the backstop. That's going to be a single and an RBI, and then the runners advance on the error on the catcher, not being able to flag that ball down. Sheboygan up 3-1. And Ian Mary up.
Mary may be hitting 8th, but he's been having a really solid year so far.
You were right there. This could break it open a little bit. A
Yeah.
base hit and 2 more runs. Hanselman with great speed is out at second. Jacob on at third. Fly ball out to center. Campbell trying to block the sun, and that time he does the job, makes the play. But after one complete inning of play, Sheboygan on top, 3-1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
J.D. Schwarbach Brick will lead off the second inning for Addison. Ian Mary making his way out behind home plate. Take the final warm-up throw by Reinflesch.
Addison got that run in the top of the first, and you know, the way the games have been going, not many runs have been scored, but they find themselves down 2 after just 1 inning. Especially since they've only scored 1 run this weekend. It's got to be a steep hill to climb for them.
Yeah, right. Keep them down. Jack Fryer is up. My bad. You know what I forgot to mark down, Lucas? Schwarbuck reaching on a fielder's choice for when he made that last out.
Oh.
That's why Fryer's up. Fryer playing at shortstop this game. Severson was a shortstop in game 1.
Fryer started both games at shortstop yesterday.
Brad working quickly. That ball not even close. Evens the count at 2-2. So he just got a piece of it, fouled it off the mitt of Ian Mary. So Fryer hanging in there. Caden Manis waiting on deck. We mentioned in that first game how the wind was blowing in, Lucas. Now when you look at the flag, there's not much movement.
No, very little wind. Yeah, you were saying game one, a lot of solid contact, but wasn't really going anywhere.
Right. Breaking pitch is in there for a call, strike 3. Brad froze him on that pitch.
Buckled those knees to Fryer. Pitches are tough, looks like it's going to hit you, then ends up right down the middle.
Yeah, exactly. Madison game 1 was 0 for 3. Pitch hits off the bat of Manis. I don't think he wanted to attempt a swing, but got a tough break there. Swing and a miss. Between games, we had the induction of Richard Schneider into the Sheboygan A's Club Hall of Fame. Say congratulations to all 3 inductees as Manis strikes out swinging. First, Will Madsen being inducted into the Sheboygan A's Baseball Hall of Fame, and then Richard Schneider and Mike Feudner for their induction into the A's Club Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all 3 of those. Richard Schneider's induction is humorous? No, not humorous. He's no longer with us.
Yeah.
With a win, Sheboygan can improve their overall record to 16-15.
Much needed booster off after a slow start.
Now, I thought I heard, maybe it was from you, Lucas, were they on a string of like 9 out of 10 losses,
was,
Sheboygan?
yep.
That's how bad
Coming
it was.
into this weekend, yep. It's been a struggle, but trying to turn it around. It's going to be tough to catch the top of that Wisconsin State League with the way Green Bay's been playing.
Right. In either of the leagues, it's going to be pretty tough for Sheboygan to win it. They have the WABC tournament coming up. They've won that the last 2 years. And then, of course, there's the State League qualifier. Call, strike 3. We'll talk about that when we come back. But that ends the second inning for Addison. Reinflush with 3 straight strikeouts.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family-owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community, and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen?
Hello.
Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Alex Ames is going to lead off for Sheboygan in the second inning. We were talking about other events coming up. We had mentioned the WABC tournament that Sheboygan has won the last 2 years. That tournament is going to be played right here in Sheboygan. It'll take place between July 12th and the 14th. That'll be a big event. And then the State League qualifiers, that only involves teams from Wisconsin. The winner gets to move on to the play in the state tournament. And that's going to happen July 29th to August 1st. Not all of those games will be played here.
Depending on how Sheboygan finishes the year, depends how many games they're going to get.
Right. Ames drills that one out to left. That's going to get down and go all the way to the fence. Ames cruises into second base with a double. He was running so fast he lost his helmet.
He lost his helmet right after he rounded first.
Peyton Anderson helping out Ames, getting his helmet for him. Walker hit a little blooper out to left field and ended up scoring a run for Sheboygan. His second at bat. It's only the second inning.
Ames was the only man that didn't reach the plate in the first inning.
Yeah, Sheboygan already with 5 hits. Good check of the swing. Kaylee Kimball and Connor Call are here today. We mentioned Emma not able to make it. Lucas doing an awesome job filling in. Little pop up behind third and making a great attempt but not able to make the catch was the third baseman, Wiskevich. And Walker with his second bloop single.
Hey, take hits wherever you can get them. Just got to say you're 2 for 2.
Jaden Hackbarth is up next. Wouldn't be surprised to see Walker running on the first pitch.
I would assume they wouldn't throw down.
There he goes.
Never mind.
High throw, Walker slides in safe. Ames holds at third. Number 16 by Gus. Hackbarth was 2 for 3 in our first game today.
Got 2 more hits already. Oh, heck.
Count is 2-1 now with that strike being called. 6 hits so far for Sheboygan. They've been really striking the ball. There's a drive out to deep center field. Campbell makes the catch. Both runners are going to advance. Give Hackbarth a sacrifice fly and an RBI. And good base running by Gus to tag up and move to third.
It looked like they had a shot at him, but Gus is just too fast. Second sack fly of the day for the A's.
And that brings up Perry. Only 1 out in the inning. And already another run in for Sheboygan. Harry singled and scored in the first.
Got off the schneid.
Exactly. Cardoza not fooling many of the A's hitters. Good check of the swing by Harry. Ball in the dirt. We mentioned Harry's having a bit of a tough year, but he does have 3 doubles and a homer. 3-1 now. Harry went to UW Stevens Point. Bouncing ball right to third. Good hop. Throw is high, but nice play over at first by Fondre to get Harry. But Harry does drive in a run with that ground out. Good play by Waskiewicz. Brady Zackerson is up. Brady is the Northwoods cleanup hitter again this game.
A's already looking much better offensively this game than they did in Game 1 and Game 2 yesterday.
Ball is fouled out of play. Ooh, chill change of pace. Swing and a miss by Brady. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and Sheboygan has added 2 more runs. They now lead 5-1. Up the middle, off the glove of Cardoza. Brady is going to reach on a base hit, but he'll hang on at first base on the bad throw.
Fryer's lucky that ball didn't get in the dugout. He really didn't ever have a chance at getting Zackerson.
You know, Cardoza might have caught that one a little funny when it hit off his glove. Larry Kurkowski coming out to take a look at his pitcher.
He's faced
And
13
that's going to be it for Alex.
19. Michael Spano, the new pitcher for the Addison Braves. Spano's only appeared in 1 game. No stats, but just 1 appearance.
Alex Cardozo only went an inning and 2/3. Gave up 7 hits. That's a lot of hits. He didn't walk anybody though. Give him credit for that. Didn't have any strikeouts either.
And he's responsible for Zackerson on first base.
Exactly. Of the 5 runs that have scored, 4 of those are earned. Jacob Neese is up. Jacob was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the first. A bad pitch, but Jacob popped it up. And not able to make the play was Fondre.
would have been a quick start for Spano. One pitch and he'd be out of the inning. But
Harry has an RBI this game, and so does Jacob. So they continue to be tied for the team lead in RBIs with 17 now. A good take by Jake. That pitch a little bit low. Kevin Muck down there selling the 50-50 tickets. A lot of times you'll see Kevin when they buy a wingspan, he'll do the wingspan. The guy he was selling to is about 4 inches taller than him. Had a few more inches on the wingspan, they used his instead. That's a good deal. And all you have to do is be tall.
yeah.
3-1. And ball 4. Runners on at first and second. 2 runs in. There are 2 outs. You think Alex has a little more of an advantage this time because he's facing a right-hander?
I would think so. He's also maybe mentally too. He had that double last game, and he's got a sac fly today. So.
Michael Stano in pitching for Alex Cardoza, who didn't even last 2 innings. So it was a tough day for Alex. And hopefully he's okay. He took that hard ground ball off. It looked like it was off his glove, but doesn't mean it still doesn't hurt. Alex had a good rip at that, but fouled it straight back.
A little bit of a late decision to swing there. Looks like kind of last second decision.
Runners will be running like the wind if Alex can hit one. Brady with good speed at second.
That outside corner to lefties and that inside corner to righties has been really favorite spot for Applegren.
Last pitch called a strike. Three and 2 is the count.
Now everyone's gonna be going.
Brady at second, Jacob at first. Bouncing ball up the middle. Second baseman makes the play. Good job by Wade. And that's it for Sheboygan in the second, but they do tack on 2 more runs. And after 2 complete, it's Sheboygan 5, Addison 1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
At Northwoods, we are a family. And like your family, our main concern is safety. As a leader in the cleaning and sanitation industry, we're doing our utmost to support and supply essential cleaning, sanitizing, and maintenance products to your family and business. And we're introducing new products, like our Cool Water Personal Hand Sanitizer with essential oils. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone affected by COVID-19. At Northwoods, we're protecting you through this pandemic and the next.
Brad will be facing the top of the Addison Braves lineup, 1, 2, and 3. Sheboygan on top, 5-1. Weskevich going to be leading it off. Max had a single, stole a base, and scored the first run of the weekend for Addison, and we are in game 4. That's not very good production by the Braves.
Averaging less than a half run per game right now.
Ryan Flush throwing pretty good today. Max turned that pitch around. That was a great hit right up the middle.
Skevich 2 for 2, just like the A's leadoff hitter, 2 for 2 for Walker.
Jack Wade made a nice play to end Sheboygan's second inning. He walked back in the first. First pitch swinging, fouls it back out of play. Here the A's bullpen. You gonna make it on Tuesday?
Yeah.
Great. Lucas and I were talking. The next home game for Sheboygan is Tuesday. They will host the Kewaskum A's in that game.
And they got off for a couple of days for the 4th, and they'll be back Saturday.
Doubleheader, right?
Yep.
Got any plans for the 4th of July, Lucas?
Maybe hang with some friends at the beach, watch the fireworks, but that's about it.
Okay. My wife and I heard about a spot where you can watch Kohler and Sheboygan at the same time.
Really?
It was up by Marcus Theaters.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot in the back, and we parked our car by the fence, looking south, and then on the right side you could see Kohler, and on the left side you'd see Sheboygan.
That's cool. You do that last year?
Yep, we heard about it. We did it. We've tried Indiana Avenue, where the hill goes down, you know, about 11th or 13th Street, and watch from there one year. We don't like to go down by the beach anymore.
Yeah,
it's too crowded.
Yes.
Throw down by Ian Mary is not in time. Stolen base for Weskevich. Brad comes set and delivers. Pitch is high. 3-2. Had a snappy game 1 hour and 35 minutes. This one is not going to be an hour and 35 minutes. Breaking pitch stays high. Addison gets their first 2 batters on in the 3rd, and that'll bring up Harry Fondre.
Just like the first, a single by Weskevich and then Jack Wade with the walk.
I think we're just going to call him Max.
Yeah, Max.
That's a leadoff hitter for Addison. Good breaking ball there. Nice pitch. Fondre flew out to center his first at bat. Ian Mary asked for a check by the base umpire to see if the batter swung, but it didn't happen. It's a good call by Kelling. Another pitch up high, 2-1. Second game of the doubleheader. Crowd is not buzzing nearly as much as they were during that first game. Ball is popped up. Neese drifting back and makes the catch. I was checking the umpires to see if they were going to signal infield fly. Neither of them did.
Looked like off the bat, maybe it had a chance to get down, a little blooper, but Neese made it look easy at third.
Alex Lugo, the catcher. Alex hit a one-hopper right to Brad, and then Brad in turn threw it wide of the second baseman covering the base, and that's how Addison scored their first run. So they've scored one on the weekend, and even that one's unearned.
Yeah. Looks very similar to this. 2 runners on, the same 2 runners on, and Lugo up.
Max is at second. Jack Wade is over at first. There's one out. Breaking pitch is in there for strike. Alex Lugo, the Addison catcher, he looks like a good one. Oh, another breaking pitch.
Way off balance from Lugo.
Certainly had him fooled. By the way, Lucas, thanks for filling out my scorecard again. I really appreciate it.
Of course, Marty.
I was wondering as he was delivering the pitch, does he come with another breaking ball or not? And he did not. Tried the fastball but missed up high. Pitch is fouled off.
That's put away pitch that Ryan Flesch had in the second inning hasn't been as prevalent in this third inning so far.
Yeah, Brad struck out the side in the second. 2 of those strikeouts were called strike 3. Down and in. We'll have our trivia question in the 4th inning again. Look forward to that. Line drive caught by Harry, and he steps on first for a double play.
Just like yesterday. Very similar play yesterday. A line out to first and double play.
And that ends the Addison threat in the third. When we come back, it'll be Hanselman, Mary, and Ames.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Wouldn't have been as much fun. Chase Hanselman singled in the first, is going to lead off the third. We've talked on and off about Addison and their inability to score any runs. They've got one on the weekend, but sometimes it's more than just not hitting. Sometimes it's hitting in bad luck.
Yep.
And that's what you saw to end the third.
It's not how you hit him, it's where you hit him, Marty.
Hey, Sheboygan has a bunch of hits this game, but I think 2 for sure, maybe 3 were loopers, that just found an open hole.
Both of Walker's.
Yeah, Gus has 2 of them for sure. Harry wishes he could get a couple of those.
Instead, he's stuck hitting the ball hard right at people.
Ball's fouled straight back. Mike Stano still on the hill for the Braves. So, between games, you probably don't know him, but former A's manager Dave Moyer, Tim's brother, is in the park. He works out in Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
I believe he's still in education. Hanselman just fouling that off the tip of the bat. It's nice to see David and talk to him. Smart guy. One of the if you talk to Denny, this is back before Tim took over. I think I asked him one time, who do you think is the best of all the A's managers throughout the 50 years or so? There was no appeal. They're throwing it around the horn like they struck out Hanselman, and apparently, yes, they did. A strikeout. Called strike, by the way. Called strikeout. Anyway, going back to Denny about who is the best manager ever for Sheboygan, he said his son David. He liked him the best. He thought he did a great job.
Maybe
and
a
I
little
think it
bias
was,
or no?
huh?
Think maybe a little bias or no?
Nope.
Nope.
I think
Nope.
that's what he truly believes. And David had some great teams, and they did win the state league. I don't remember the exact year, but that's the only championship in the state league they have.
Really?
Over their history, yeah.
Yeah, then Lombard kind of took over, right?
Yeah, recently.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to be Madison Anchor Savings and Loan was very good. No running in the bleachers, especially if you're wearing a soccer shirt.
Yeah.
Pitch is up high. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Sheboygan's on top, 5-1, pardon me. Ian Mary's up. He flew out to center to end the first inning. Ian having a good year again. He finished last year with a fine batting average. Coming into the weekend, Ian was hitting .297. There's a ball drilled out to deep center field. Campbell makes a play.
It's definitely not made it look easy out there in center today.
No, I don't know if he's had any trouble or not, but you're right, he makes it look interesting. Kyle has done a nice job out there for the most part.
He was great outfielder yesterday. Made a couple of nice plays. That one on Harry especially. But
Alex Ames doubled and scored in the second. We're 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Gus Walker waiting on deck. Whoa, little chin music. Alex able to get out of the way. Pitches outside. I just remembered something. Are we in the fourth? No, we're only in the third inning.
no, not
Next
yet.
inning.
Not yet. Game going by a little slower.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're later.
And then in that one inning, it got to be very exciting. We didn't even want to do the question because we had to concentrate on the game. Pitch is inside, ball 4. Ames is on. We go right to the stats, see if Alex has stolen any bases. He's got 5 stolen bases and he hasn't been caught.
No.
This would be an excellent opportunity to get Alex in the scoring position for one of those seeing eye singles. See if Gus can do it again. Gus takes that first pitch for a strike. There he's on the go there, and a base hit right through where the shortstop would have been had he not gone to cover the base. So
That's
good piece of hitting by Gus.
3 hits now for Gus Walker, and all 3 of them and something else.
Yeah. Hey, it's a hit though, right,
Yeah.
Lucas?
100%. Even better, 3 hits in 3 innings.
Yeah. When did Stanow come in? Who was the first batter he faced? Was that Jacob?
I do not know. I think so.
Gus steals second. Lugo not risking a throw down. Jaden Hackbarth looking for his first hit today. He does have an RBI with a sacrifice fly. And he gets hit. So Stanow gets the first 2 batters, and now he's loaded the bases on a walk, a hit, and a hit by pitch. And that brings up Harry.
Loaded scorecard on the A side so far.
I do think that the first batter Stanow faced was Jacob. Because Brady hit that liner right back at the mound.
Yep.
And tipped off his glove for a hit, and that's when they pulled him. Fly ball to deep right. Deep right. Drops in there. It's a fair ball. 3 runs are going to score. And Sheboygan now with an 8-1 lead on a 3-run double by Harry Stout.
That ball just kept carrying towards the right field line. It was too much for the right fielder Swarbrick out there. Landed barely inside the line.
For Harry, another double. That gives him 4. And Larry Kurkowski back out, looking to make a change possibly.
You mentioned earlier you got the first two guys in the inning looking to be a 1-2-3 inning. Now he's giving up the next four. Don't want to say anything, but I'm going to anyway. There is a 10-run rule in the 5th inning if they could get 3 more.
Addison sticking with Stano. You know, some of this A's rally is Stano's doing with the walk and the hit by pitch. Brady's up. Zach has 2 hits and a run scored. Harry's out on second. That ball is drilled to left, way back there, and gone, way out of here. Brady Zackerson with a 2-run homer.
I was just thinking of saying if he could lift one out of here, make it 10-1, but I didn't say anything.
Lucas, that's a Sheboyganer.
It's the first homer I've seen this year from the A's. I missed the Tillman one.
First homer for Zach this year. Wow, that ball was really spanking. It just kept going, like you said. Five runs in the 3rd.
You know, we said it already. You know, got the first 2. I think it's quick. Last 5 are reached.
Yeah, holy cow. Jacob Neese is up. Jacob is reached on a hit by pitch and a walk. His 2 previous at-bats. Very tough weekend for Addison. You know, it's one thing to lose 4 games, but then to, you know, have such a lack of production on offense, it's troublesome.
Especially with a couple good pitching performances in the middle, 2nd and 3rd game. Not being able to build off that.
No, that second game pitcher yesterday was really looked good, the left-hander. 4-pitch walk. Neese with 2 walks in this ball game. That's 11 walks for Jacob this season, and another trip to the mound means Stano's day is done. So Stano goes 1 inning. Get the player coming in to pitch. You know, some of those hits by Sheboygan were very hard. Of course, the home run by Zackerson, of course, and then Harry with his 3-run double down the right field line. Stano's allowed 5 runs this innings, and he is responsible for Neese on at first. And all the runs that he has allowed have been earned. Gave up 3 hits.
Tough inning for him.
3 walks, had 1 strikeout. Did you get the name of this kid?
Mason Takrars Darim.
Mason?
His ERA up over 24.
Oops.
24.3.
I smell brats. Ron Nitis in the booth. What's the kid's last name?
Tokars Darum.
Daryl?
Tokars Darum.
Oh, hyphenated. You know, we're going to call him Mason TK. Make it easy. So, Ron, coming up is the Old Timers Picnic. When is that going to happen?
July 2nd. Our Old Timers Picnic is Tuesday, July 2nd at 6 o'clock here at Wildwood Park. You do not have to be a member of the Old Timers Association. Just show up, and it's $10 per person. And if you're so inclined, you can always join us. It's a great group. We're always looking for new members, and you're certainly welcome to join us.
Great plug, Ron. By the way, who's going to be collecting the money?
The collecting money people are Mike Martin and Ron Nitis, the most dependable and reliable people in the club itself.
Enough of the BS. Alex Perez is up. Alex 0 for 1, hit a sacrifice fly in the first inning.
Mason TK's pitched 3 1/3 innings, and he's given up 9 earned runs, putting his ERA up over 24.
Yeah, he's had it. Looks like he's got a tough time throwing strikes.
He walked 7 in those 3 1/3.
Ouch.
And he struck out 5.
We mentioned earlier, game 1 took 1 hour and 35 minutes because neither pitchers in any team, we had maybe 1 walk the whole game. Schmitty didn't have any, and the 2 Addison pitchers only gave up 1. This game, different story. Stano giving up 3 walks, and now TK having trouble finding the zone. And Sheboygan has batted around. So, Ron, you're a former catcher. If you have a pitcher that's having trouble finding the strike zone, what can you do as a catcher to get him to do better?
Not a darn thing.
Really?
All you can do is talk to him. If you know your pitcher reasonably well, you can go to his strong pitches. Every pitcher has a better pitch than some of the other ones, and you hope that you find the one that's working that day. That's about all you can do.
Mason throws a strike with a, look like a fastball. Chase Hanselman up. Sheboygan needs another run to get to the threshold of, oh, nice play by the shortstop. Fryer to get the force at second, and that ends Sheboygan's 3rd inning, but not before they put 5 runs on the board. After 3 complete, it's 10-1 Sheboygan.
Estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Back at Wildwood Park, getting ready to start the 4th inning. Kyle Campbell, the fine center fielder for Addison, is going to lead off. Thanks to Ron Nitis for stopping up. Ron was our fryer today, Lucas, and I had a double brat. It was awesome.
Yep, I've had a couple of them too. I love them.
Well, Mason TK, I was able to get out of the inning. Let's see how he does when he starts off the next inning. Kyle Campbell takes that first pitch for a ball. Hammers that one out to left field. And Ames was fooled by that ball. Holden Riley now playing left field, but whoever was out there was fooled by that ball. They took a couple steps in and it sailed over their head.
That's not the only change, Marty. We got Jurgensen at first, Bradford at second, and Sawyer Kolakowski at short.
Jurgensen in at first base.
Yep.
Riley is in left. Holden Riley. We're all filling in our scorecards. Nobody was watching the action. We're trying to figure out, was that first pitch a strike or not? We're hoping for Mr. Umpire to signal to us. Sounded like a strike. Line drive out to right. It drops in for a hit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And Nice is still at third. And it looks like, is that Hanselman still at short?
Sawyer Kolakowski at short.
Okay. That brings up Schwarbrick. Runners on the corner for pitch a little bit outside. Wholesale changes. Blaine Bradford now playing second. Fryer swing and a miss at that first pitch, and that pitch is called a strike. 0-2.
Ryan Flesch could really use a strikeout, get back on track. This is the part of the order that he struck out the side with in the second.
Umpire looking at the A's dugout. I don't know if there was something going on. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. And strike 3. Fryer goes down swinging for the second time. He struck out now. Called out in the second and swung and missed here in the fourth. That brings up Caden Manis. Manis swings at a high pitch. Looked like it was out of the zone for strike 1. Another pitch in there. 0-2. Brad bringing the heat there, but it was up a little bit.
Seems like he's throwing some of the hardest pitches of the day in this at bat. Really.
I would agree. Oh, Oh, what a breaking ball. Swing and a miss. And that's going to bring up Cooper Olson. Cooper was called out on strikes, his first and only at bat. Tim Moyer, as he likes to do, gets a lot of players in the game when he can, and this is an excellent opportunity to do that. The runner on first, Swarbrick, was going to steal second, ran down. Ian threw it to second, and then what he was hoping for, Swarbrick, was to get in a rundown. Hopefully it could steal a run with Campbell running home at first, but Kolkowski, the shortstop now, did the right thing and just didn't buy into that. Call, strike three. So Addison starts the inning off with a couple hits and finishes the inning with 3 straight strikeouts.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? We know it means more than just the temperature. And the people who invented modern air conditioning keep inventing new ways to make you comfortable. Carrier, turn to the experts.
For your heating and cooling needs, call Advanced Comfort Systems, Sheboygan's only Carrier factory authorized dealer.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back here at Wildwood Park, we're getting the substitutions, or I'm getting the substitutions squared away. Michael Zwig is in left field. Ames moves from left to right. Jimmy Jurgensen, we mentioned before, is at first, and Blaine Bradford is at second base. Sawyer Kolakowski's at short.
He's trying to muster that one more run to put that run rule in effect. They've scored in every inning so far, multiple runs in each of them.
Good first pitch is in for a strike. Ames 1 for 1. Ian Mary, pardon me. Ian 0 for 2. There we go. Mary's batting average for a good part of the first third of the season or so was over 300. You mentioned earlier coming into the weekend he was at 297, and going down a little bit. We need to get that batting average back up there.
It's tough to maintain that 300 average for a whole season.
And I think it's tougher when you're a catcher too, because it's a grind back there. Tim does a good job of getting other guys in there to catch. Mainly this year it's been Alex Perez. Justin Schnell did most of the catching, I'd say, over the last 2 years, and he was a Defensive Player of the Year last season as a catcher, but he's not been around that much. You know, we saw him catch 1 or 2 games. He played the outfield, I think, one game
I think
too.
He played to the left, maybe.
Yeah, right. I remember that. But he would be another option to put behind the plate. Swing and a miss. Ian goes down. That brings up Alex Ames, the right fielder.
Hayden
7 strikeouts for Rindfleisch so far, and he's allowed 2 walks.
6 of those strikeouts have been to the 7 through 9 hitters.
Yeah, struck out the side in those 2 innings. Ames is 1 for 1 in the ball game with a walk, and he scored 2 runs. That hit by Alex was a double.
Looks like Peyton Anderson is going to be hitting for Gus Walker. He's on deck.
I think he was out there last inning.
Yep.
Anderson, good looking player. Pitch out of the strike zone for a ball. Another pitch in the dirt. And that's going to be a 1-out walk to Ames. Peyton Anderson is going to be up. He is a 6'1", 195, 19-year-old kid. He's from Port Washington. Plays for the University of Milwaukee club team. Tillman plays for the UW varsity team. Pitch is up a little bit. Pitch is outside. Throw down is not in time. Way off the mark. Stolen base for Ames.
6 in
Trying.
a row.
Go ahead, Lucas.
6 balls in a row thrown by Mason TK.
I was thinking too, Sheboygan trying to get to that 10-run threshold.
Definitely.
And end this game after 5. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Our trivia question for this game: in the movie Bull Durham, Tim Robbins plays the part of pitcher Ebby Calvin LaLouche. What was LaLouche's nickname in the movie? Well, pitch off Lugo's glove is going to allow Ames to advance to third. That's a pass ball. Guys, pay attention. Here's the question. In the movie Bull Durham, Tim Robbins plays the part of pitcher Ebby Calvin LaLouche. What was LaLouche's nickname? Bill? Nuke LaLouche. Nuke. Bill was close. He wanted to go with Mike Casper, but couldn't do it. Walk to Anderson. And that Bradford up. Blaine Lane is appearing in his 16th ball game. Takes that pitch outside, and I see what you mean about the walks. He's not doing well this inning.
Nope. I don't think he's given up a hit yet, has he?
No. Has 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Hanselman hit in the fielder's choice. Anderson hanging on over at first base, see if he goes. Another pitch in the dirt.
Assume not.
It's been all Sheboygan since the 3rd inning when they put 5 runs on the board. The key hits in the 3rd was Harry Stelz's 3-run double, and then following Harry's hit was Brady Zackerson's long home run to left. And another walk. And that's going to bring up Jimmy Jurgensen.
Bases loaded for him.
Jimmy was 0 for 2 in game 1. He came in last half inning for Harry, played first base. Jimmy drills one to left and foul. Oh my. Straighten that one out, Jimmy. Call strike 2. In game 1, I mentioned Harry was 0 for 2, but he had a fly out to right field that was just scalded, but right fielder made a nice play on it. And then he had this hard foul ball this at bat. See if Jimmy can find some grass with a base hit.
Even a sac fly would put the A's up 10.
New Jersey Avenue. Were you surprised that he swung at the first pitch?
Yeah, I had a feeling he might. But I am surprised, especially the way that Mason has been pitching.
Ball is hit out to deep center field, way back there. It's going to be caught, but it will bring in a run. And Sheboygan has 11. I understand that. We still have 11. Michael Zweig is up next. For Sheboygan, this is that was the 3rd sacrifice fly of the game.
And the 4th sacrifice. Harry had one too.
Yeah, I thought I might have missed one in here. Yeah, you're right. Slow roller down to first. And the out is made unassisted. And that ends the 4th inning. Sheboygan does reach the threshold for the 10-run rule. Now all they have to do is shut out Addison in the 5th, and this ball game is over.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself. or your family, you help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Getting ready for fifth inning action with the score 11-1. Sheboygan has reached a threshold for the 10-run rule, but Addison does get 5 at-bats, and we are in the top of the 5th. If Brad can shut them down, we're going to have ourselves a weekend sweep of the Addison Braves. Max, the leadoff hitter for Addison, is up. So 1, 2, and 3 batters for the Braves. 1. Ooh, good breaking pitch for a strike. Makes the count 1 and 2.
He's had a couple of those that have just been nasty.
I think Addison's ready to go home too.
Yeah. They're done with the A's.
And strike 3.
Make that 4 in a row where Ryan Flesh struck out.
You know, of the 8 strikeouts, 4 of them have been called strikeouts.
That means you got your stuff going today.
Right, Jack Wade up next. Jack has walked twice. Those are the fly ball hit out the center. Racing back is Anderson, and he makes the catch. Mentioned Brad had 2 walks in the game so far, and those were both to Wade. Harry Fondre is up. Harry takes that first pitch for a strike. On the weekend, Addison has 1 run in 4 games, and that run is unearned. So the team ERA for Sheboygan is going to go way down.
That is for sure. Just get this last out here.
Ball is fouled off. Brad's next pitch is a breaking ball, and good piece of hitting there by Fondre to foul it off. Fastball is up high. Ryan Flush pitching a beauty.
God.
So far in the ball game, Ryan Flush has only allowed 4 hits. Mentioned the 1 run, but it was unearned. He's only walked 2, has 8 strikeouts. 6 of those 8 are to the bottom 3 batters in order. I'm sure you mentioned that earlier, Lucas, but
Yeah.
it's interesting to look at those K, CK, K, K, CK, CK, CK. Andre draws the walk. Third walk issued by Ryan Flush.
In the heart of this Addison order, Fondre and Lugo, 2 best hitters on the team, and it's not really close.
Alex Lugo, the catcher, is 0 for 2. Alex swinging at that first pitch, fouls it off the screen. So Jacob Neese goes from third base to ball boy. Ball chaser. Fastball is up high.
Ryan Flush can't seem to get that last out.
Yeah, it's getting to be a struggle. Oh, it was pretty close. Good throw by Ian, but Fondre stealing a base. Ball's hit up in the air. Peyton Anderson over, and he makes a catch, and that ends the ball game. Sheboygan sweeps the 4-game series from Addison. Couple of comments, Lucas, about this game and the series.
Well, another case of amazing pitching by the A's, but this time they finally got some run support. 11 runs, and ended early in the 5th, 10-run rule, but Ryan Flush was great again. Only give up the 1 run through 5.
This is what you were hoping would have happened in Game 1 on Saturday. It ended up a 9-0 win. Sheboygan not able to get to the threshold. Let me give you some records before we check off here. Sheboygan now has an 8-9 record in the state league. Addison drops to 2-15. Overall, Sheboygan is now 16-15, and in the all-time series, Sheboygan has 100 wins versus 47 losses. Our next ball game is going to be July 2nd when Kewaskum A's come to town, and that'll be a 7:30 start. We look forward to bringing that to you. Sheboygan a winner in all 4 games, and was a good homestand. Hopefully they can come back Tuesday with another win. Until then, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.